Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I'm your host, Harrison Graham. Today's show is presented by Manscaped. Manscaped's got the best men's grooming products out there, including the Performance Package 4.0, which includes a ton of products. We'll tell you a little bit more about that later on in the show. Get 20% off plus free shipping with promo code Chiefs at manscaped.com. That link and promo code will be in the comments and in the description of this video. All right, roster cuts have been made as the Chiefs have made their 6 needed roster cuts. Why is it 6 instead of 5? Well, when Danny Shelton officially signed yesterday, you had to cut an extra player. So now, finally, the Chiefs are down to their 85-man roster. Herbie Teope had the news today of the final 2 cuts. Defensive lineman Austin Edwards and wide receiver Devin Gray. That gets Kansas City down to 85 players on the offseason roster. And I do just want to show some sympathy because today is a hard day around the NFL. It really is. A lot of these guys, they're fighting for their football careers. They're trying to stick around in the league. And a lot of these guys, quite frankly, know this day is coming, whether it's going to be now or next week or before the final roster cut down day. It's not easy, though, to take in that reality of being told that, hey, you're just not good enough at this point in time. So do want to recognize that. I hope these guys that have been cut by Kansas City and across the league get a chance elsewhere, whether it's in the NFL, CFL, a spring league, but not easy to know that your NFL dreams could be coming to a close, at least right now. So like the video if you want to wish these guys some luck. Hit that thumbs up icon because it's tough when you get cut on roster cut down day. So like the video, show some support, show some love around the league for all these guys that are having to move on and are getting cut by their respective teams. All you got to do is like this video to show that support. All right, so 6 players have been cut. We will break those down here coming up on today's show. Gary Jennings, the wide receiver, he has been released, as has Omar Bayless. Devin Gray, another receiver, has been cut as well. Couple of these from yesterday. Lonnie Johnson, the corner, that was really the notable one. Evan Kazierczak, the offensive tackle. And then Austin Edwards, maybe a minor surprise, but I did not think he was going to make this roster. I would say the only real surprise, and I put surprise in air quotes because maybe it's not that surprising, just surprising that it is during this cut down period, Lonnie Johnson, considering the Chiefs did trade a conditional 7th-round pick for him. Now, I believe since it was conditional and he didn't make the team that they will keep that 7th-round pick and not send it to the Houston Texans, but I certainly thought he would compete throughout training camp in the preseason to make this roster. But the reality is at corner, they've just have other guys that have stepped up. Obviously, Rashad Fenton back from the pup now, Trent McDuffie, L'Jarius Sneed, those are probably going to be your top 3 guys, but rookies Jalen Watson and Joshua Williams have impressed in camp. Even rookie Nazeeh Johnson has looked like a player. DiCaprio Bootle has showed some things. Chris Lamons is a good special teams player, so just too many bodies at corner for a guy like Lonnie Johnson and DeAndre Baker, who got cut a couple of weeks ago, to make this team. So not a huge surprise, really, with any of these guys that have been released. Are you surprised by any of the Chiefs' cuts so far? More going to come. Type Y for yes. Type in for no. Are you surprised by any of the Chiefs' cuts up to this point? Now, be sure to subscribe to the channel because next Tuesday at 3 o'clock Central Time, more cuts will be coming, and we will be sure to bring you guys that news here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. So subscribe, join us, turn on that notification bell as well. That way you know exactly when we go live and when we publish our videos. Another reason to subscribe, we'll have our first watch party of the season with the preseason game against the Commanders on Saturday. So join us for that as well. Share the link with a friend. It's youtube.com/ChiefsTV. More cuts are coming. Like I mentioned, this is just the first step as NFL teams trim their rosters down to 85 players today. Next Tuesday at 4 Eastern, it's going to go down to an 80-man roster. And then the week after that, it'll be a 53-man roster for all teams. Now, a lot of the players that get cut over the next couple of weeks will be able to land on practice squad. So that is a positive for these guys as well. But if today was tough for Andy Reid and Brett Veach to make decisions, it's only going to get harder. It only gets harder from here. Tough decisions are coming, and I especially think it's true for the Chiefs. There's just multiple positions that has a lot of competition. Wide receiver, we've already seen it play out at cornerback. Running back could be another spot, so keep an eye out over the next week or two. This could be a big preseason game coming up for several players because roster cuts are going to continue to come down the pike. All right, today's show is sponsored by Manscaped. Da-da-da, da-da-da. Fantasy football is almost here as well, and Manscaped's going to help you reach your fantasy because you're going to stay nice and trimmed downstairs with the Lawnmower 4.0, which is a part of the Performance Package 4.0. You get the lawnmower, which keeps your balls nice and trimmed. You get the Weed Whacker. You're going to shave your nose and ear hair. I've found out in the last year or two, I grow ear hair pretty consistently. It's not fun. I just use the Weed Whacker, though, and it cleans things up. You get the ball deodorant, the crop preserver as well to keep things nice and smooth downstairs. Then you throw on the comfortable boxers, which comes with this as well. It all comes in one bundle for just $95.99 when you use promo code Chiefs. You buy all these products separately, it's over $150. So it's actually a really good deal when you buy it all in this bundle here. You get the 20% off, but it's really more with the bundle at manscaped.com. Use promo code Chiefs. That's going to get you that 20% off plus free shipping. Check the comments, check the description. Manscaped.com, promo code Chiefs. All right, so 6 cuts technically over the last couple days. More are coming, so a couple of names to monitor here as we approach next Tuesday. Some notable names, some not. How about Josh Gordon? I think he could be a guy that could get cut next week. If he does not have a good preseason outing here, they might say, you know what, he's for sure not making the 53. We'll do him a solid and cut him now, which is what I think they did with Lonnie Johnson and DeAndre Baker to see if they can land with other teams. Because let's be honest, guys, he's wide receiver 6 at best, but I think he's really 7 or 8 because you got your top 4 there, Juju, MVS, Sky Moore, McCole Hardman. Justin Watson's pretty safe to make this team right now. Darius Fountain's a good special teams player. Cornell Powell, if he's anywhere close to Gordon, he's about 7 years younger, so I would go him. Josh Gordon's in trouble, guys, and he could get cut very soon. David Steinmetz, well, I haven't heard much about him at all in training camp, so that tells me he is probably not going to be along for this football team. I mean, hell, he's not even on my depth chart. Oh, there he is. He was hiding. See, he's just, he's going to get cut. So keep in mind on that moving forward. Another one that's just buried on the depth chart, Brandon Dandridge, the cornerback. He's about CB10 right now, so he's likely not going to make it. Ronald Jones, kind of like in the Josh Gordon category. Listen, he might just be behind too many guys. Isaiah Pacheco's emergence is a problem for Ronald Jones. Jerick McKinnon is a guy that they can throw the football to. That's a problem for Ronald Jones. They're obviously not going to cut Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Keep an eye on him moving forward. Now, these are the two notable names on this list here, Gordon and Jones. Who's more likely to get cut? Type G for Josh Gordon, type J for Ronald Jones, or you can type B for both. I don't know, man. I think there's a decent chance both get cut. Let us know what you guys think. And then one more here, Jack Cochran, who special teams value, but I just think at linebacker you've got a lot of options there. He could be someone that's on the chopping block pretty soon as well. All right, appreciate you guys for tuning in and taking in today's news as several players have been cut. If you made it to the end of the video, you're a real one. Comment real one down below. Everyone who makes it this far in the show is a real one. And be sure to subscribe, like I said, and join us for more videos coming up throughout the rest of the week leading up to Saturday's preseason game against the Washington Commanders. I'm Harrison Graham. We'll see you soon here on the Chiefs Report.